Hi, this is Mike again. Today I'm going to look at Canvas Studio and Studio Quizzes. So this feature is aimed at kind of mimicking Edpuzzle. Um, there have been a couple of people talking about how Edpuzzle doesn't work seamlessly. A lot of that, I'm sorry, with Canvas, and part of the reason is because of the grading, and that is being making sure that you set the total points and due dates and all that stuff, so they match exactly what's going on in Canvas. And then also using LTI, which seems kind of hit or miss. This way, there are some drawbacks, but there are also some some good elements about doing this all through Canvas. And that is the automatic grading that goes straight into your gradebook. So let's take a look at it. What you're going to want to do is come to this Studio button down here in your global navigation. So on the far left, it says Account. You go all the way down to Studio and click on it. And then what happens is this is where you upload all of your video content that you're going to use for all of your classes. If you're going to do it this way, this does not mean you can't do individual uploads for individual classes. It doesn't mean any of that. It just means that this is a way for you to house all of your videos and all of your video quizzes in one place. And then when you go to the individual class, you can select these videos to add there. So you do have a choice of recording your own video if you look up here in the upper right-hand corner, or you can add. And so what we're going to do today is we're going to add a video. And you'll see that you can search YouTube. So then what you want to do is you want to open up another screen. You want to go to YouTube. And then what you want to do is you want to find a video. So I'm going to do one for golf. I'm going to make this golf swing. And then what I would do is I would just look for a video that fits what I want to do. So this all comes down to how you're going to use the video, the length that you wanted, all that kind of stuff. It doesn't let you edit the video. So that's the first kind of drawback, is that it's as of right now, I haven't seen any way for it to cut the video up into little chunks. So what we have to do is just select a video. So I'm going to just select one. And this one is Rory McIlroy's swing here. So I'm going to copy the link from YouTube. I'm going to come back to Studio, and then I'm going to paste it in. Okay. Now I have the video in Studio. Now what I want to do is, if I want to make this a quiz, what I can do is I can just click on these three items here, and then I can do Create Quiz. Now, there may be a lot of questions popping up. Well, Mike, I can do this in a quiz. I could just, put the video in a regular quiz, and then, yeah, you can do all that. The only problem is that the idea of a student watching the video and then embedding questions in the timeline, this is the way that you do it in Studio. The other way, you can't embed the questions in the timeline. So if you do it directly, let's say you have one video and then you link that video to like 5 different open-ended questions in a quiz. Number one, the student will have to fast forward on the timeline to very specific times that you mention, because you can't embed those questions within the quiz. This way you can, but there is a drawback, and I'll show you that right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create the quiz. It'll pop up. I'll enter the title, and I'll go Rory Swing Analysis. Okay. And you can have an option down here. It says hide question markers on timeline for students, but I'm just going to leave that off because I like them to see where the questions are. And I'm going to go ahead and get started. And then the editor pops up. And so in the editor, what we're going to do here is, here's the timeline. Let me get rid of that. Okay, so here's the timeline. You can see the little plus down here in the left-hand corner. Now, if I click the plus, you'll notice that it's multiple choice, true or false, or multiple answer. So one of the issues immediately that you might see is that there is no open-ended response, and that can be a drawback. I do like that option, and I'm hoping that Canvas adds it at some point, in the open-ended response. But for now, what you do is you can take the slider, you can slide it to a certain point,
Oil
right?
generates
You can then add the question. So I'll go, let's see, multiple choice, and then I'll go, what position is Rory in at this point? Point in his swing. Okay, question, and then I'll just do like starting position and finishing, so on and so forth. You just keep on adding stuff in. You can press plus, and then just make sure you select the correct answer. And then I can throw these questions in the garbage if I don't want. So I just have 2 here. And I have an answer, I have a couple of different options here, and then question feedback. And what I can do is, put in some kind of finer detail, like you might do in a Google form. So when they get it right, you have something, and then if they get it wrong, you have something that pops up, those types of things. So then all I would do is click save, and then that question will now appear on the timeline, and I can click on it if I want to edit it. And there. So then all I have to do is just drag this to the next point in the timeline. And then what I would do is I would just keep on adding questions all the way through. And then when I'm done, I just click up here and then go done. Okay. So now I have a selection of videos. And these are all, remember, within my studio. They're not in an individual course. But now the question is what do I want to do now that I have the video? How do I put it in an individual course? So then I would just come to my dashboard. I would click boys and girls golf here, right? And then I would click on modules. Okay. And then what I could do is I have my my golf class for today. So this is 12/17/20 Tiger video analysis. And then if I wanted to add the Rory video, then what I would do is I would just go new assignment, and then I would go Rory video analysis, and then add the item. Okay. And then what I would want to do is click on it to edit it. Okay, so right now I have the shell of the assignment, but I don't have the actual video in it. So in order to do that, what I have to do is I'm going to come over here to this little plug, and then I'm going to click Studio. Now, if you don't see Studio, what you're going to have to do is click View All, and then you'll get a list, and then Studio will come up, and then you can click on it. And then that's how you would click, be able to choose Studio. So I'm going to choose Studio, and then my Studio will come up. I'll see the Rory video pop up. I'm going to select it. Okay. And then I'm going to choose Video Quiz Embed. And so then that's how that comes up. And then as soon as I click Embed, it'll come in just like this. And then all students have to do is just click Get Started to get going on it. Then the rest of the parameters would be the same for any other assignment. And then all I would do is click Save. I'm going to cancel this one. And then go back to my modules, and then I'll just show you. So this is the Tiger video analysis. Show you how this one comes up. So I put Tiger Woods swing analysis, watch the video, and answer the questions I pose about Tiger Woods swing. Up here, because there are no open-ended responses, these are all going to be multiple choice. So you'll notice that in my instructions, I put watch the video and answer the embedded questions. When you're done, answer this summary question. What are 5 things about Tiger's golf game that make him one of the best of all time? So the students will do the multiple choice and true false questions in the video, and then afterwards they're going to answer that summary question. So that's the assignment. And if we go to home, and then we go to student view, and then we go to modules, and then we click on the Tiger video analysis. Okay, so this is what the students would see. Okay, and then if they click submit assignment, right, they're going to see the open-ended question, but they're also going to answer the questions inside the video. And so it's all part of the same thing that will ultimately show up in the speed grader is the automatic grading of all the multiple choice and true false questions. And then I would have to manually grade the short response. Okay, so that is the feature that is kind of like Edpuzzle, but until it gets open-ended responses embedded in the quiz, it's a little bit different. But the cool portion of this is that when you do the video quiz like this, it automatically goes into your gradebook. Okay, so if you have any questions, go ahead and just email me.